This is Liz.
This is Jade.
And this is Carly.
And we're the babes. We're covering all things babies, parenting, and women's issues. Join us in all of our TMI girl chats. And when a topic needs an expert, we promise to bring you the best.
Our podcast is an inclusive, no judgment zone, no mommy shaming here. We're diving into the nitty gritty of real life as we get honest about the highs and the lows of motherhood.
If you hear a baby or a husband crying in the background during this episode, it probably means we just corked a bottle of wine and are hiding in our closets, which I'm literally doing right now, you guys. So, hey, you two. Fantastic. Well, this is episode 18. Welcome to
Babes and
Babies.
Yay.
Oh, man.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday. I'm at my parents' house right now, and I just want to apologize in advance if anyone hears a jackhammer in the background. My parents are moving to Nashville, and they are fixing their shower, and they just told me it was going to be real quiet, and now I am hiding in a closet that is vibrating with jackhammer sounds, and I have no pants on because it's so hot in this closet. So welcome to my life. Join me.
We do what we got to do.
Exactly.
Listen.
Listen.
Just pretend it's your friendly everyday woodpecker.
Are no pants, right? So.
Oh, yes.
Truth.
Yes, for sure.
I have a question, Carly. I saw, so you were flying to Arizona and stuff. So this was your first time flying with Bella.
Oh, yes. So the first flight, she basically just slept the whole time, which was great. And the second flight to Dallas, she was awake, but she wasn't fussy or anything. She's getting a lot less fussy. It's pretty amazing. There was another kid on the second flight that was screaming. And I was really proud it wasn't my daughter. Although right before I got on the flight, this lady was like, she comes up right in front of Bella's face and she's like, "Hello, little baby. Are you going to scream the whole time?" "Yes, you are. You're going to scream the whole time." And I was like, and I looked at her and I go, "Well, let's not put that in the universe." And then she goes, "Oh, well, it's baby's first flight," which it wasn't. It was her second. "It's baby's first flight. They always scream." And I go, "Actually, it's their second." And she didn't scream on the first flight. I was so mad. And then I couldn't even look at her anymore. And she kept just looking at Bella and talking to her. And I was so mad. I was like, I just turned away. And I was like, I'm not even going to acknowledge her because she's making me so very, very angry. So anyway.
People in flights are funny. Like, usually I just like whip the boob out and then everyone shuts up, you know, but
just make them feel uncomfortable.
Seriously. But also what drives me crazy is at the end of the flight, because Emmy's really good, but that's because I give her like 24/7 attention on a flight so she doesn't cry.
Yeah.
And people at the end are always like, "She was the best baby out of all the babies on the plane." And I'm like, all the babies are best babies. They're just babies. They're doing they're doing their best. Like,
right.
Like, you know, like, I'm like, she was good maybe this flight, but you know, next flight she might not be. I'm like, don't put pressure on a baby. You know?
I know. It is. They are doing that. It's so mean.
Yeah. I just don't think they get it, you know, and then they're just trying to be nice, but I don't know. Yeah. So we forgot to introduce who we're having on today. So we're having Jamie Otis on, who is kind of my social media friend. We've talked back and forth before. I was on a little like Instagram story show she had a while back. But if you guys have ever watched Married at First Sight, she was on season 1 and married her husband, Doug, and they're still married and they have their baby, Gracie. But she is one of those unfiltered moms. That's why I love her. She is an open book, and she's going to be on today hanging out with us.
Nice. I'm super excited. I have a few questions for her.
Yeah. Liz,
yes.
You were on a road trip with Vito.
Yes.
Let's get into that.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so much fun. But I do have a TMI, maybe embarrassing, but also a really sad story. So I'm usually never late on my period at all. And I was like a couple days late, which bummed me out because then I knew I was going to be on this road trip, which is fine. Whatever, we deal with it. So it's like our second day. Like we drove to Canada the first day to like a small, cute little town. And then the next day we drove to Niagara. this cute place like Niagara on the Lake, but on the way I had to pee so bad. So we stop at this gas station to go to the bathroom, and it just like smelt like pee, and it was, I don't know. I just like, I couldn't hold it. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm trying to squat over the toilet, and I'm using a Diva cup.
So hard.
It is so hard. And at the same time, I'm trying to pull out my Diva cup and I drop it into the toilet. And
oh, no.
I didn't have any tampons with me. And then I just had to flush it. I had to flush it down the toilet because there was no way I was going to dig it out after that.
No way.
So I had to I go out and I just flush it. I'm like, hopefully it doesn't clog, and go back to the car. And Vito's like, he's like, what happened? I'm just like, have this look on my face. And then I tell him, and I didn't want to go back in there. So I just put my tampon in the car. Because I had one in my car. I just put it in. He's like, are you just going to put it in the car? I go, yep. And I just put it in and we took off driving. It was horrible.
Oh, my God. Oh, that sucks, though.
It makes me sad because I actually really love using menstruation cups. I just feel cleaner and I feel like, I don't know. I like them, but then it's also hard to use them sometimes. But I feel like I just mastered the art of using it. And then I had to, flush it down the toilet.
How many times can you actually use one before you have to throw it away?
You can use it for months.
Oh.
Yeah, years.
Years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Until I feel like it basically I could use the same one until I have a kid, and then you have to get a new size. Because the size of your cervix changes. So I would use it for a while. By the way, Carly's muted right now because the woodpecker jackhammer sound is so loud in her closet. I wish you guys could see her.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but other than that, it was really good. Jade, I have a question. So this isn't really anything to do with you. It's to do with your husband. But the whole Ashley and Jared story came out, which now I'm obsessed with, and I think everyone is. But Jared talked a lot about how he talked to Tanner about it on there and stuff like that. So did you know all of this was coming?
Yes. So we all went to St. Lucia together, and I don't know, I'll fill the readers or our listeners in on a little bit of the backstory. So Jared was supposed to come with us, and he had forgot his passport. He was in Boston, forgot his passport in LA, and so he wasn't going to be able to come. And so for some reason, he was able to get it shipped to him where he was able to make it to St. Lucia for 24 hours. And he was like, I'm coming for 24 hours. We were like, dude, why do you want to come for 20? Yeah. And it was because he had, come to realize that he was actually in love with Ashley, and he was going to come profess his feelings, which is so romantic.
I know.
And so he flies down there, which is a 7-hour flight, down to St. Lucia just to tell Ashley that he was in love with her. And he talked to Tanner beforehand, and Tanner was like, my husband is not very expressive with his feelings. And then sometimes when these moments happen, I'm like, this is why I love you. But he was just like, dude, if you really feel this way, you have to really feel this way. Don't mess with Ashley's feelings because she's already gone through so much with you, because they really have had this tumultuous on and off, friend zone, not friend zoned relationship. And it's really, it's put a lot of stress on Ashley. And Jared was like, no, man, I really feel this way. So he confessed his feelings. We watched him kiss her before she boarded her flight.
You saw it?
All this. Oh, yeah, we saw it. We should have recorded it. That's Tanner's one regret. He's like, why did I not record this?
Tanner's one regret in life.
Yeah. So, yeah, we watched it all go down. So we knew exactly when they were going to come public with it and all that stuff. But we're so happy for them. And they're so cute calling Tanner their fairy godfather, because he was because he kind of, once he was like, okay, Jared, if you really feel this way, you should do it. And so he kind of gave Jared that nudge to actually go. He
should get licensed and marry them. He should do the certification thing and marry them.
That would be hilarious.
Well, speaking of fairy tale love stories, should we get Jamie on so she can share her story with us and answer some questions?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited. I know like our listeners are super excited that you're on.
Oh,
We've had a lot of requests for you, so we're excited to have you.
yay. I'm so happy to be here. First of all, you guys are like killing it in the mom game. Like, Carly, your hair looks amazing right now.
Oh, thank you. I haven't washed it in about 5 days.
Well, I mean, that's a given, right? Dry shampoo for the win.
Oh, yeah.
What's the longest you've gone without washing your hair? Be truthful.
Oh, definitely, probably a week for me, for sure.
Me too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's pretty bad. But with the extensions,
bad.
you can kind of get away with it, you know.
I need
Or you can
extensions.
just wash the top. That's what I do.
When I had bangs, I used to wash just the bangs because they get greasy on your forehead.
That's so funny.
That's the way to do it. Completely.
Yeah.
It makes it look fresh.
Exactly.
I do have some would you rather questions for you mommies.
Okay.
Let's start.
Let's do it.
Would you rather shower in peace or poop in peace?
That's a good question. I mean, I think showering, that's like way more relaxing.
Yeah. Shower in peace for sure. Like I can take a 15 long hot shower in silence. Yes, please.
Wait, but who's like near you?
No, just like your kid.
Just like your kid. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess shower.
I every time I poop, Emmy's in the room. Like it doesn't.
I know, right? Like I poop all the
Yeah.
time with my daughter around. That doesn't even really faze me. I don't care.
Have you guys ever pooped in front of your husband?
Oh,
I never
yeah.
have. I haven't
No.
either.
No.
No.
Jade.
Jade's face. Jade's looking at us like we're insane.
I pee all the time with the door open, but poop and I don't even like toot in front of him just because.
Me either.
I just think that, like, you know, there's something. I mean, some guys are cool with it, but my husband would be like, I don't know. I don't think he'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's into that.
I was just telling Jade
So
before we
funny.
got on the call how this weekend was the first time I've pooped in front of my boyfriend, and it's because he had to shower at the same time I had to poop so bad. And he was like, babe, I got to shower right now. And I was like, I have to poop. He's like, okay, like poop. I was like, no, you're in the shower. And he's like, it's okay. And I was like, so I would like, then he was like trying to creep me out. He'd like peek through the curtain. I'm like, stop looking at me. I can't do it.
You have to like do the poop spray, you know? So then at least I'm especially in the shower. Yes, poopery. I believe in that stuff.
You guys.
Oh, yeah.
I have it like right here because Emerson.
Oh my gosh, Jade.
Because Emerson just had the stinkiest diaper before we hopped on, and so I don't have any other kind of room spray, so I just sprayed the poopery in the room.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
Shower poops are the worst though because like the air is so
it
thick it like
festers.
holds the smell.
Yes,
so
I
Vito
can't
must
handle that.
Vito must really love you, Liz, or he doesn't have a good sense of smell.
No, he's like just so open and just doesn't care about like anything. So
That's Tanner too. Tanner farts at the dinner table while we're eating. I think I've talked about that before, but
I've never heard Evan fart. It's so weird.
never.
what?
No. He won't do it.
Tanner's favorite
poops
thing.
in the
Tanner's
guest
favorite thing
room.
to do. Really?
That's so funny. Yeah.
Tanner's
Doug and I
favorite
have our
thing
own
to
bathroom.
do. Oh, go ahead. Oh, you do?
Kind of.
That's
yeah.
so smart.
Well, like in the sense that, and we always have, true story, like, you know, we got married at first sight, so we didn't really know each other. And the plumbing didn't work in our fancy little Harlem apartment. So Doug was literally, we were together. I don't even know him as far as I can throw him. We're married. He's plumbing like the toilet, like, you know, what do you call that? Like
Plunging
the toilet in like with his socks and my urine all over him. Like those are our finer days. So ever since then, I think he got scared, and now he like has the guest bathroom to himself, and then I have our bathroom, and yeah, that's how that's
fantastic.
Same with you, Carly. He doesn't like. He does, and it's like a big accident when it like squeals out, and then he's like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry." I'm like, "It's okay, Doug. We all too. It's okay."
That is so funny. I think I've only smelled Evan's fart one time, and it was like at night when he was sleeping. He does not do any of that around me ever.
It's daily in
so
mine
funny.
and Jade's lives. So
Oh, yeah.
constant.
Tanner,
I feel like it's one way or the other. Like your guy is either all about it or not having it.
Yeah,
he does not hold back. Tanner's favorite thing, his favorite thing is to like crop dust in public. Like he doesn't even hold him back in public. Like and I know, you guys, I know the scent of his fart so well. Like I'll just like give him the side. I'll give him the side eye so hard. I'll be like he knows when I know. I'm like, you mother.
Ew.
Like we're literally talking to strangers in public, and you just let it out. Like he lets them out, especially if there's because he tries to make them silent. But he does it on the plane. He's that person. Like,
and there's no escaping it on the plane.
Oh God, no! You're just sitting in it. Oh God,
and everybody around you.
So you guys know Father's Day is just around the corner. I don't know about you guys, but are you trying to find the perfect gift for your dad?
Yes, it's so hard sometimes.
It's so hard, but my parents are moving to Nashville. I'm so excited, and my dad is obsessed with grilling. So I am going for some Omaha Steaks this year. I'm so excited to give him this. He is going to die.
So why Omaha Steaks? Omaha has everything that you need for the perfect Father's Day gift. It's so convenient. It is flash frozen and vacuum sealed. Delicious meats delivered straight to your door. There's such a huge variety to choose from, and the quality is the highest quality cuts and one-of-a-kind flavor that you can find.
You guys, right now, Omaha Steaks is giving a limited time offer to our listeners for Father's Day at 78% off. This is a really amazing deal. Go to omahasteaks.com, type babes into the search bar, and you can get this Omaha Steaks Father's Day package, which includes 2 tender fillets, 2 beefy top sirloins, 4 chicken fried steaks, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 all beef Omaha Steak burgers, 4 jumbo franks, 12 ounces of all beef meatballs, 1 pound of steak fries, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, plus get 4 more grill-ready Omaha Steak burgers free with your purchase. Again, this is a limited time package for $49.99 when you guys go to omahasteaks.com and type babes into the search bar. Don't wait. This offer is ending soon. Go to omahasteaks.com, type babes.
Okay, so another question for you guys. Would you rather, because like having kids, you're always running around and crazy busy. Would you rather eat your food when it's still hot or drink your coffee while it's still hot?
Coffee.
That was fast.
Yeah.
That was fast.
Yeah, I think coffee too. I don't know. That's questionable. But now, are you guys, well, I guess Carly, your baby's still really young, but like I share my food now with my daughter all the time. So it's like,
that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll be there. I don't know. How old is your baby, Carly?
She's almost 4 months.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that went by so fast. I feel you just had her.
Because it did. I think I did.
Wow.
I know, it's really wild. 1 week away from 4 months. It's insane.
And so I don't know are you guys, like we were told that we could start feeding her solids at 4 months. Are you guys doing that or?
I haven't yet. I think I'm going to wait till 5. She's just really small. So, and I don't know, just lots of stomach problems and reflux. And I'm just kind of nervous. I don't know.
My daughter she still just prefers breast milk. Like if she could just live off breast milk, then she would stay on the breast milk forever.
She would do it. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's like Emmy, right, Jade? Emmy loves breast milk.
She does, but she also eats a lot of food. Like she is not picky at all. So
That's so awesome.
So she does both. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I do baby led. I do it all. I do breast milk. I do purees, and I do like my own food.
Sorry, that was my dog. My husband just threw the dog on my lap. He's working from home today. I'm assuming she was being annoying. Here she is.
That's so funny. Oh, it's so cute.
What are you doing? Huh? You're being bad.
All right, Liz, hit us with another one.
All right. Would you rather babysit a kid who hates your kid or go on a play date where you can't stand the mom?
Oh, that is a tough one. Definitely the play date with the mom because I can handle the mom, but I don't want anyone hurting my baby.
That's me too.
Yeah.
Like you can like play politics with a mom and just like be nice.
Be PC.
But like with a kid that you can't stand, I don't think I could do that.
I think I'd do the kid because I'd be like, this is going to teach you a valuable lesson.
You're about to learn.
I tried to, yeah. And then I wouldn't have to deal with it, but my kid would, and I would be like, I'm going to watch to see how you interact. You have to be nice. I think I would do that just for my own sanity.
I think I'd be the mom that, like, if some kid was bullying my kid, I'd be like, hey, don't you do that. Like, that's not how
totally.
I would be so verbal, and I don't know if that's okay or not. I guess I haven't gotten there yet, but I think that's what I would do.
Or you just teach your kid to, like, you say, you go say this. Yeah. Stand up for yourself.
But I feel like, truthfully, if my kid was bullying another kid's parent or another kid and the parent was there, please say something to. I don't want my daughter ever bullying, 100%. So say something to her.
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard because you don't want to have the conflict, but you kind of have to like tell the parent, like, listen, like, you're probably a great parent, but your kid's like acting out right now. Please, can you like
control your kid?
Yeah.
All right, one more. Would you guys rather have to deal with teething, pink eye, or an ear infection?
Oh my gosh. It just got silent. Threw a bomb in the room.
I think maybe an ear infection because teething lasts for a really long time. Pink eye, everyone would see and they'd be like, oh, what have you done to your kid? It's contagious. And an ear infection, you can just do drops and hopefully it'll be gone soon.
But they're so fussy with an ear infection.
They're so fussy. But
and
all
they
of
have
them
fever
suck.
And...
Yeah, they all suck. That's a terrible question.
Would you rather? Yeah.
I would just rather do pink eye and then just hide out in my house for a couple days, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't breast milk clear up pink eye?
Oh my God, it's so true. You can squirt your breast milk right into the eye. People do that.
Oh, and for an ear infection as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard that. Carly, are you nursing? I don't know. Are you breastfeeding or?
I am now on formula. We just made the switch. But it took me a while to actually decide that was the right thing. But for us in our lifestyle, and honestly, like nothing changed with her. Her health has been the same. She's always had reflux. It stayed exactly the same. Her fussiness stayed exactly the same. Her sleeping stayed the same. So to me, I didn't feel like there was any shift in her. And so I felt okay about it. I slowly incorporated it.
I feel like, okay, first of all, like you don't have to defend yourself. I feel like there's such a stigma. Like, you know, if you don't nurse, then
no, there totally is.
It's like, come on, like there is a reason why formula is invented. You know, like there are some babies, it just doesn't work out for nursing for whatever reason, and that's
I wasn't producing enough milk. Yeah,
that's like I feel like that happens a lot with women, and you know, I mean, I'm the first because you know I'm a labor and delivery nurse, so obviously you guys know when you're there, all we ever say is, "Oh, nursing is best, and let's help you latch and this, that, and the other thing." Right. But it's like it's really sad because I feel like you're almost like pressured in society now to like nurse your baby until they're 10 because it's like so healthy, and it's like it is so. It's like I thought I would love nursing and I love my daughter to death. I feel like a slave to the pump, to breastfeeding. Yeah. And obviously I love my daughter to death, but it's like, it is not feasible for everyone. Like I was talking to a friend yesterday who had twins and, you know, she felt like the pressure to nurse. Yeah. She has 2 and she was like, okay, I can't even like, she was either on the pump nursing a baby or like changing a diaper. She like had no time, like nothing for herself. And I feel like we've got to like try to like help women, like support women. Like if you can't, if it doesn't work out for you for whatever the reason is, that's okay. You know, you give it your best shot and you know, that's all that matters. Anyway, sorry. I'm
amen, sister.
That's why I
know it's so true.
I love this saying that says best fed. Like my kid is best fed. What works best for them, what works best for me. Like, don't worry, they're fine, you know?
And I feel like, I mean, I think that truth be told, I love knowing that I'm giving my daughter, you know, like I'm feeding my daughter with nutrients and whatnot. But sometimes I'm like, would I be more lively and happy and like, you know, if I just let go of the whole nursing thing? But now I've got it figured out. But there was a point where I was like, I think I stuck with it almost just because I felt like the judging. And I was like, oh God, I don't want. So anyways, Carly, so props to you for doing what's best for you. And like, really, that's going to inspire women everywhere.
It's
because
working out.
I feel like I just feel like we need that.
It's working out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that leads me into a question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I mostly did it because I wasn't producing enough and she wasn't gaining weight. And so I felt like there was kind of no other option. But then when she was fine, I was like, whoa, this is totally fine. I should have done this earlier.
Yeah. Good for you, though.
But Jade, yes. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. No, that leads me into a question for you, Jamie. I know our listeners wanted to ask. So how long? So Gracie, she's 9 months, right? Yeah. How long do you plan to breastfeed? Do you know?
Yeah, so my goal, like since day one, has always been like really a year. I never even had a short-term goal because that's just who I am. Like I was like, okay, I want to do this for a year, and I'm also the kind of person that when I set a goal, I like will do anything to like meet that goal. So my goal was always a year, and was like maybe I'll, at one point I was like maybe I would make it longer if it's healthier for her. I think I'm at the point now though, like between the pumping and like, I'm just like, I'm so done pumping. And like, I don't know, Jade, are you like, I feel guilty saying that, but.
So Emerson is just 5 days older than Gracie, I think. She was born on the 17th of August.
Okay, yeah, and we were the 22nd.
Yeah, and so I'm at that point too where Emerson's so much more independent and I'm feeling more independent that I'm like, well, maybe we could just start like weaning you. But then I always give back in. And
Same.
so
I now for me, it's like the fear of change. Like, I don't know what would happen. And so I'm like, this is consistent. I'm here. I'm doing it. Like I can do it, but it is I feel like a slave to the pump and to like my babies, like she's like wanting to nurse. I mean, I still wake up at night and nurse her and yeah. How about you, Jade? She's still night nursing?
Yeah, she nurses about once a night now still. And then she kind of like has like a morning sleep nurse where she'll kind of like sleep on me and nurse though, like when she first like wakes up. She does like this weird sleeping nursing thing, but it's cute.
Yeah, and honestly, I like really was hopeful for the whole like, oh, nurse your baby, you'll lose the baby weight. Oh, that's gonna happen. But I'm sorry, like I'm still hanging out with 10 pounds extra, and like I nurse my baby all the effing time, and it's not coming off. So,
dude, I gained weight. I was hungry all the time. Yeah,
same, and thirsty like you wouldn't believe, right?
So thirsty. Yeah, it was. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, I have lost weight just by not doing that anymore.
Oh
I think it's probably because my appetite's gone down, but I was like, I thought I was supposed to lose all of this weight. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I love the things that people tell you and then you like have your baby and you're like, actually, no.
I mean, it's different for everybody, but
that's true.
I compare myself to a camel. Like, like
you have like a cow.
You have that extra storage. So camels, people say that it's water in their hump, but it's actually fat. And so I feel like it's all their reserve energy. And so I feel like that's what like when you're nursing, your body knows like, hey, just in case of emergency, I need to have all this stored extra energy to produce milk. And so I feel like you hold on to that weight. I don't know why people say you lose it, but I guess some people do.
Oh my gosh, Jade, you're like scientifically intelligent.
She is so smart. We always tell her on here how smart she is.
I mean, that was like it was like science-based knowledge. Good job.
I feel like it's a horrible analogy, but thank you.
Well, no, I mean, I'd rather feel like a camel than a cow, so I'll take it.
There you go.
That's true. So, Jamie, will you, just for like some of the listeners who maybe don't know your story from
sure.
Marriage at First Sight, will you just share a little bit with us, like your experience on there, like what made you want to go on and all of that?
Yeah, so, oh my goodness, I feel like I haven't had to, like...
We're taking you way back.
Yeah, this is like way back. So about 4.5 years ago. 4.5 years ago, I'll say like 5 years ago, someone called me and said, are you having trouble dating in New York? And I lived in Manhattan at the time. And I was like, I mean, what woman in her early 20s or like 20s or any age in New York or anywhere is having trouble dating? It's really hard, I feel like, to find a good guy these days. At least it was for me. And so I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, well, do you want 4 experts to help you, find the right one? And I was like, sure. Like, what does this work? And it wasn't marriage. It was supposed to just be dating. And so I was like, yeah, they totally, because it was season 1. So they could get away with that, I guess. And so it was the final casting call where they were like, they had like all the experts there though. So you met them all. And I could tell that they were very genuine. Like, it wasn't like, you guys know in The Bachelor, it's so like, amped up, and this was nothing like that. It was literally like docuseries more so than like reality TV. And so, obviously I was a bit jaded from being on The Bachelor because I was so naive. I was like, oh, I'm going to find, I could find the one on I was very, I was 23. I was like, I could find the one and get married and live happily ever after on The Bachelor. Come on. I mean, good for you girls, because you kind of did, but that didn't work for me. So anyways, I was a little jaded, but after meeting with the experts, I was like, wow, this is really different. And so and it was really based off science. So we took like these really long tests and whatnot. So long story short, they ended up finding me my match, which is my husband. And we got married, and it really wasn't a fairy tale at all. I was not attracted to him at first, and I'll never be able to live that down, because people still say, are you really attracted to your husband? And I'm like, I feel like I've always been the kind of person that, like, the hottest guy in the room, I'll talk to him and I'll be like, oh, never mind. Like, you're so into yourself. And then like the funny guy in the room is the guy I end up like, and that's like my husband, I think, is very attractive also, by the way. but he's really funny, and he was just really patient with me. And yeah, we just like fell in love. We became friends first. And we waited to have sex until like after our experiment. So we were married for a while before we had sex, and that's it. That's how we
I didn't know
met.
that.
Yeah, we never consummated our marriage for, I don't know, it was like 2.5 months really before and he was just, honestly, I feel like you have to do that with guys, like when you're dating. Like when I was dating, that's probably why I never lasted too long because I was like, let everything happen but that. And that's how you can tell if a guy really respects you and cares for you, because you like do everything, but then you're like, no. But I like made it clear from the beginning that like we weren't gonna,
listen, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. And then if the guy, I've had guys be like, ew, bitch, like no joke. And I'm like, okay, well, you're not the kind of guy I want to marry, obviously. Wow. I am not even kidding you. Like, got right in my face and was like, that's a bitch. I was like, yeah, so.
That's awful. Men, if there's any men out there listening, do not do that. Like,
I know.
Gosh.
It's like, I don't know.
If you've previously listened to this show, you've heard me talk about FrameBridge. They make it super easy and affordable to custom frame your favorite things, from art prints and posters to the photos on your phone. Here's how it works. Just go to framebridge.com, upload your photo from your computer or directly from your Instagram feed for them to print. Or if you have a physical item, like ticket stubs, art prints, posters, anything like that, they'll provide secure prepaid packaging so you can mail it in for free. Preview your item online in any frame style, choose your favorite, or get free recommendations from their talented designers, which is what I did. The expert team at FrameBridge will custom frame your item in days, not weeks or months, and deliver your finished piece directly to your door, ready to hang. The best part? Instead of hundreds you'd pay at a framing store, their prices start at $39, and all the shipping is free. Plus, our listeners will get 15% off their first order at framebridge.com when they use our code BABES. FrameBridge has thousands of 5-star reviews and even offers a happiness guarantee. If for any reason you aren't 100% satisfied with your order, they'll make it right.
You guys, I ordered Bella's nursery is Fairyland, and I took the cutest picture of her with all of these fairies and printed it out, and it's giant. It is the most massive, wonderful thing in the whole world, and I can't wait to keep it in her room until she's 90 years old.
Yes. You guys, get started framing your photos or art today. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code BABES. You'll save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code BABES. That's framebridge.com, promo code BABES.
I have a question for you. Okay, with my husband, I was kind of the same because I didn't like him at first. And I wasn't attracted to him.
I have to go back and watch your guys's, because I've heard about your story too. It does sound similar.
So there was a moment for me when all of a sudden it was like the veil lifted and I was like, oh my God, he is so, like, I was so emotionally attracted and physically attracted to him. Did you have like that moment, or was like a progressive thing?
Yeah. So it was definitely more progressive for us. So what happened was, we got married, and I think I just was like terrified because, it was a real wedding. Like, my sisters were my bridesmaids. My niece and nephew walked down the aisle. Like, it was just so real. And then I looked down the aisle to this stranger, and I'm like, oh my God, that's like, what am I doing? I don't even know this guy. Like, it was all of a sudden, I was like, what? Like, I trust these experts. Like, I don't mean to say that, but I was like, what am I thinking?
Right.
And so I think I just freaked out. I literally had like a panic attack on our wedding day, and it was televised, which is the most embarrassing thing in the world. But I think for me, it was like, then the day 2, we didn't really film anything. And it was more like logistics. We went to the courthouse to like final, like to sign the marriage license and things like that. And, he was just so patient. Like he didn't force me to be his wife, like quote unquote wife, you know? And I think that like and then he like got me like a flower from the side of the road. And like, it was just very romantic and sweet and patient and funny too. And so it was more of a slow progression, like where I realized, okay, I'm safe with this guy. I can like be myself.
Totally.
Like, he's not forcing me to be like his wife, even though I am. And yeah, it was definitely more of I can't pinpoint like one moment that I was like, oh, he's the one and I'm happy. Like it just, I don't know. It definitely happened over time.
So how do you get to know somebody like that? I mean, like the first night you guys are together, do you just play like 21 questions? Like, you know?
You know what? That's exactly it. So our wedding night, I remember saying to my friends, like, what do I do? Put a pillow? Like, I don't know. I didn't know him. So I didn't know if he was expecting to like me be his wife and like consummate our marriage. I was like, I have no idea what this guy's thinking is going to happen, but that's not happening. So my friends were like, come on, Jamie, like, don't be immature. Like, you don't need to put a pillow in the bed or whatever. I was like, I don't know. Like, I got to protect myself. But we did. Like he had made a scrapbook for me, which was really, like, that was the first sign that he was a real good guy and that he was taking it seriously too. Because I feel like, you know, when you go on The Bachelor, you're like more like, I guess for you guys, Bachelor in Paradise, but like, yeah, because I was on Bachelor Pad, which was like before that. And I don't know, you think the guys are really there to find love, but then they're like totally not. So I was like, I literally said to him, what is your intention? Just tell me now. Like, if you're not really looking for love, then just tell me so I don't have to like worry about it. It's fine, whatever. But he looked up at me and was so sincere and was like, no, I really was hoping to like, this would work out kind of thing. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that. And so he had made this scrapbook and it was like a family tree to like help me like get to know his family. You know, so because sweet. Now they're all my in-laws and we just like talked. Yeah. And he like I'm a nurse. So he had this like award from Governor Christie that he had, you know, he saved someone's life by doing CPR. And I was like, I've never saved anybody's life by doing CPR. I'm like, wow, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he played it smart because he had like a little brag book and I was like, oh yeah, you are pretty impressive.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And then you guys got married and then you guys renewed your vows a year later, right? Was that kind of the moment where you guys were like, okay, well, we did this crazy thing and it was on TV, but now like we really love each other and we kind of want to make it more meaningful to each other? Yeah,
that's exactly it. So our first wedding was, you know, we look back, I haven't watched it in forever, but when we look back and watch it now, it's like just kind of funny, but like I wanted something very meaningful. Like when my daughter, eventually, obviously she'll know the whole story, but you know, I kind of want her to just know that we love each other so much. You know, when they're younger, they don't really understand anything. I don't want it to be like her mom's like crying on the floor when she meets her dad kind of thing. Like that's like, she won't see that until she's 16 forever. Yeah. No, but yeah, that's exactly it. Like we just wanted to, at first we were kind of like scientifically arranged and then we just wanted to choose each other and like write our own vows and kind of go that route. So that's why we did that.
That's cool. So it's cool that, you know, there were all these like psychologists and doctors that, you know, did that test that you said like it's scientifically proven that you guys are meant to be close to 100% compatible. Do you feel that now?
Oh my God. Like, yeah. It's unbelievable. Like I remember when we first got matched and we would be like, did you tell the experts this? Like, how did you know that? Like we both liked just like things as random as like how we made our breakfast sandwich. Like we put cream cheese. It's very random, but we were like, how did they know that? I'm like, I didn't even tell them. Like, did you tell them? Yeah. Like, but really more, it's like, he really is like I'm a very like goal oriented, go getter, like super, like, I don't know, like chatty Cathy clearly. And he's just very like funny, calm, like, he's just like, we're just the opposites really. And also I'm like very like with finances, I'm very particular about saving and he's like very spendy. And so we really are like the yin and yang, like balance each other out kind of thing.
Yeah. He's such a sweet dad. I love watching your stories with him and Gracie. He's so cute. Like the way they play together.
I swear, like, you fall in love all over after having a baby. Do you guys feel the same way?
Yes. Yeah.
Like when you see your husbands with your baby. I mean, I thought I loved him before we had a baby. I like have never loved anybody as much as I love him now. Like he is such an amazing dad. Like I'm like, I wish I could be half the mom that and it's also not fair because I'm like a slave to this baby, like feeding her or whatever, like taking care of her. And then he comes home from work and like all she has is eyes for him. I'm like, hello, do you see my dog?
I love Tanner more than anything now, but he also pisses me off more than anything now.
I know, right? Because what's like
Totally
the best
agree.
part is when they like have the baby for maybe like 3 hours or something, and like, you know, like literally just yesterday, my husband let me sleep in. He had the baby in the morning. He made me pancakes, which is very, very sweet. Don't get me wrong.
Aww.
But I wake up. I'm like, we had a party to go to, so I'm like rushing around. He's like, you know, why are you in such a mood? I did this and this and this. I'm like, oh, okay. I do that every single morning for you.
Every day.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, why are you so grumpy? Like, I've done all of this for you. And I'm like, yeah, I do that all the time, dog. Like, I'm with the baby all the time. Like, do you want a pat on the back? Like, what is it?
It drives.
That's
it's
so
literally
true.
the most nuts. It's so true.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
You shared a lot about your first pregnancy. You were very, very open about that.
Yeah.
And I know that we have a lot of listeners that wanted to ask you about that and a little bit about miscarriage. A lot of women out there have dealt with it, and they know that you were so open in sharing your story. Could you touch on that just a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's one of those things that's really hard. It's kind of hard to talk about, but I think I feel like I've gotten stronger. And I think in the beginning, I literally just blogged about it, and because I felt like I had nobody to talk to. Like, it's such a weird thing because, you know, one minute you're like, I had no idea that obviously, I guess no one does when they're going to lose their baby, and so it was just all of a sudden, you know, one minute I'm pregnant, the next minute I'm not, and you know, we delivered him. I think that was the hardest part, which I feel like I might get emotional. I swear it's the nursing that makes me like a little, are you like that, Jade? Like I get so weepy sometimes, but like
I cry all the time. It's
oh my God,
ridiculous.
I'm like, gonna sit here, sorry. Anyway, sorry, just take a breather here. But
you're okay.
Also, I feel like it's his anniversary is coming up, and seeing my daughter, and it's like sometimes you wonder what he would be like, you know, at least I do. And so but anyways, yeah, I literally just blogged because I had no one to talk to. I felt like I had this whole, like, it's just all of a sudden I just was like empty inside. Like I went from like feeling him in me and like, you know, just expecting him and then empty. So, it was just a very crazy turn of events. And so I literally just blogged and blogged and blogged and blogged. And I don't even really blog anymore, but I did that then. And it was really helpful because I didn't realize that so many women go through loss. I mean, really, truthfully, a lot of women go through this. And it's really sad how you kind of feel like very alone in it. And you feel like you have no one to talk to, nowhere to turn because no one talks about it. No one opens up about it. So then you're just like left in this depressed, like black hole. And so I think what really helped me was when I blogged, then some women would email me and they would share their stories with me about how like they either like were just still like struggling or how they had a quote unquote rainbow baby, which is a baby after a loss. And every time I would hear someone's story about the rainbow baby, about like, oh, and then, you know, you'll get through it kind of thing. Like it's so hard because you also don't know what to say. Even now, I mean, I've been through it myself and people still will share like their stories with me and I still don't know what to say. I just say, I'm so sorry for your loss. I mean, what else can you say kind of thing? But yeah, that really helped me so then I decided that I was going to try to be as open as I could, you know, to help other women, hopefully to inspire them that, okay, I know you're going through a really hard time right now and it will feel like it will never end. And honestly, it really kind of doesn't. Like there are better days than some. But, you know, kind of like hold on to the faith that, you know, first of all, I feel like this is so random, but like when I lost our son, I would just run to like try to like clear my brain. And there was always baby bunnies. Like the day before I lost him, there was baby bunnies. And we literally I can't even believe this, that my husband and I were looking at pictures from like, you know, just old pictures. And I didn't even realize this, but there was baby bunnies on this walk we took. And then that summer I would run and run and run and run just because I had to clear my brain. And there are always these baby bunnies. And I swear to goodness, I didn't even know that I don't even believe in this kind of stuff, but like, I swear to goodness, after I had my daughter, there were like these baby bunnies. And I was like, I can't even, like, I was in LA and I couldn't even believe it because it was just unbelievable. So I don't know. I feel like he really is with us. And I really believe in that, which is the kind of stuff that I would never believe. I'm not very superstitious, but like,
I do too.
I would have never believed it if it didn't happen to me, but bunnies are not anything to me. I don't really know nothing. I'm not like a rabbit fan or anything, but like these baby bunnies were always around. And so I feel like, I don't know. Yeah. I totally just went on a tangent. Sorry guys.
No.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I genuinely believe he's still with us. So
I do too, for sure.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know that this is super weird, but Jade and I have talked about like animal meanings before. And baby bunnies, actually rabbits, baby bunnies symbolize procreation, abundance.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's abundance, comfort, vulnerability, fertility, sentiment, and procreation.
Are you kidding me right now?
Cool.
No. So they were there for a reason, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the toughest part is just, first of all, you can't help, and I certainly like don't blame myself, and I don't think any woman should ever blame themselves, but you can't help but wonder what you could have done differently. You know, like if I could have done anything differently, of course I always wonder that, but I also always remind myself, you can't blame yourself. I mean, it is what it is. Right. But you do wonder. And then, when you get pregnant again with that rainbow baby, it's like I seriously did. I went from being so open and blogging and sharing to like kind of being a closed book because I was just so scared. And then I was like, I don't want people I just felt like there was so many like judging, like people would be like, oh, why are you scared? It's different this time. And I was like, I just don't need your opinion. Like, I just need to just like, to just try to like be like relaxed and happy. But I never really let myself bond with Gracie when she was in my belly, which is really, really sad. And I tried really hard to like be open and like, I don't know, enjoy her. Well, and I did enjoy being pregnant. Don't get me wrong, especially towards the end when I knew like if she was to be delivered that she would be safe. Okay. I totally like started bonding then. But in the beginning, I just didn't even feel it. And then, so I think for anyone who is going through that, like also cut yourself some slack because I don't know, what do you, like, you just don't want to go through that devastating loss again. I mean, I literally was like sitting in my living room in the dark, crying like all day. And then I'd be like, oh yeah, I should probably like get up and go do something. I mean, it was obviously very, it was very hard.
Yeah. Well, you do just kind of have to like allow yourself to just grieve the way you grieve because everyone grieves differently. You're not prepared for it. You don't know how you're going to react, and you're just trying to, like you said, you're like kind of in this black hole and you're just trying to navigate your way through it and hope that you can get to the light on the other side, So
yeah, that's really it.
Yeah. I mean, what do? You kind of just have to, if you ignore your feelings, you're going to have problems later. So it's kind of you have to
That's exactly it. Yeah. I remember my sister-in-law. So my husband, I don't know, we all handle it differently. And he literally, the day that we were in the hospital and I was delivering him, he's like on his work computer. I was like, can you be present with me? Like, I remember we were waiting out in like the lobby area of, the hospital and I'm like bleeding and I like just bleeding profuse. Like I'm in the bathroom bleeding profuse. And he literally has like his work computer out. And I was like, Doug, can you come to the bathroom with me? Like what are you doing? But I think he didn't know how to handle it. Like he just, I think it was just so much for both of us. Yeah. And then like it was just a crazy, crazy experience. But yeah, I think that's exactly it though. Like everybody handles like the loss differently and it grieves differently. Like I said, my sister-in-law, she had just had a baby. She was like, do you want me to come? And I was like, I didn't ever want like my nephew. I didn't want my family to be like, I didn't ever want it to be like an issue. So I was like, yeah, come. But like, I'm like holding her newborn the day after I like lose my baby. It was just a nightmare. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
That's so hard.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Get the bed mattresses dream about. America's most comfortable mattress for a cloud-like experience. We at Nectar believe in love at first night. However, for the cynics out there, we give you 365 nights to discover that happily ever after. If you aren't 100% happy and riding into the sunset, we will pick up the mattress for free and you will get a full refund.
The Nectar Sleep mattress is 11 inches deep, so yes, bigger is better, and utilizes 5 unique layer technology that no other mattress on the market has. Why does no other mattress compete? Because we don't like to share. We patented the most breathable, cooling, body contouring, medical grade, lush foam gel layer to bring you the most cloud-like comfort. Nectar promises a forever warranty on your mattress. Yes, we do mean forever, as in till death do us part and then some. Wake up pain-free. Our memory foam meets your body's contours and gives pressure point relief.
Nectar is amazing to sleep on, and Nectar sleepers actually fall asleep 20% faster than people who sleep on any other mattress. They actually ran a study. We have an exclusive listener offer. Buy now and get $125 off and 2 free premium pillows with any mattress order. And you guys, free delivery. That's nectarsleep.com/babes and get the best sleep you've ever had for every night of the rest of your life and then some. I want to talk to you, Jamie, a little bit about being a nurse. So you're a labor and delivery nurse. How long have you been a nurse?
I've been a nurse. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh my gosh, almost 10 years now. I feel old saying that. But yeah, it's been almost 10 years. I wasn't labor and delivery to begin with, but it was always like my goal. I either wanted to do NICU, peds oncology, or L&D. And I ended up in L&D, and I'm like in love and never leaving.
So
That's amazing.
one of the questions that our listeners had for you is being a labor and delivery nurse and seeing, probably this huge spectrum of births. Did it prepare you for having your own, or was it kind of just out of this world experience, or?
Well, both, actually. So I definitely knew, and Jade, oh my God, I know you had a natural birth, right? I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how. I'll tell you how it prepared me, because I was like epidural for sure. That's how it prepared me. And I remember when I first became an L&D nurse, I was like, I want to have a home birth and be natural. And all of my coworkers looked at me like, and I was like, what did I just say? And now I get it. Because the thing with the home, it's just so, there's so many things that can go wrong if you have a home birth, which people still do it, and it totally can work out. But I'm just like, oh my God, I just feel like I have to have a NICU handy, or medicine and medical technology handy in case something happens. So I knew, from there that from being in L&D that I definitely want to deliver in a hospital where there's a facility in case, God forbid, something happened. Hi, Emmy. She's so cute. But I also feel like when you go through it yourself, you just it's just so different than what I'm used to seeing women rolling all over the bed in so much pain. But I was very calm, actually. I didn't even realize I was in labor, but I was I wouldn't go to the hospital because I was I don't want to be that labor and delivery nurse who goes and then gets oh, you're not in real labor. So I was I can't do that. And Doug was just go to the hospital. I'm it's real. I can't go. I'll feel like a fool. Meanwhile, all my coworkers are why didn't you just come? Why would you even think that we would judge?
That's so funny.
I think it definitely prepared me, because I was I knew I wanted the epidural. For me, I knew that I wanted to be able to try to enjoy the process of delivering her as much as possible. And I wasn't sure how I'd handle that, with pain. So I was if I know that I can have a pain-free birth, then, I'll go for it. And so that's what I did.
I feel
it's the best thing ever.
That was you, Carly. Yeah.
I was no, I wanted to be able to remember what was happening, and I just can't even handle if someone pricks me with anything. It hurts me. So I was I'm not going to be able to do that. Jade is Wonder Woman. She's on another level.
Well, you guys, it did hurt like hell, but I have a high.
I'm sure it did.
But it was amazing to me. I don't know. I have a high pain tolerance, and my birth was, so you said you wanted a very peaceful birth. My birth was so fast, and it was very adrenaline based for me, but it was exciting. It hurt so much, but every time painful contraction came, it just made me more and more excited.
It's so weird. I love it.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that is amazing. Because anytime a painful contraction came for me, I was like, ah! I couldn't. I was like, oh man, but honestly, I think what hurts more is the aftermath. Like, well, granted, I would say that I had an epidural, so like, of course I say that. But like, oh my God, like peeing with stitches or like trying to go peeing, I think was more painful than anything.
Carly and I were talking about when they come to massage your uterus afterwards.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah. I know.
You're like,
That's
is that
me.
I was gonna say, is that you?
Yeah, I do that all yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to, because otherwise, you just want that's how you prevent the postpartum hemorrhage. So
Right, which is crazy.
But it's really painful, I know.
Oh,
or like when the worst is when your OB has to like stick her hand up your hoo-ha after you had a baby to like make sure that like the placenta is all out or whatever. I mean it's all fun and games until you have the baby.
So tell me a little bit about your birth so you call your daughter's name is Henley Grace, right? But you call her Gracie.
Yeah. So the meaning, okay, first of all, for everybody, that's like the number one question I get is, why'd you name your daughter Henley if you call her Gracie? So first of all, Doug and I agreed day one. Now you guys know we were married at first sight, so we didn't know each other. Morning one, waking up together, he goes, "You're Jamie Nicole Otis." And I was like, "Douglas Edward Henley?" And he was like, "No, that's not my last name." So it was just like this funny joke. We didn't even remember till we saw it like back on air. And so we were like, "Oh, we're going to name, if it ever gets to that point, we're going to name our firstborn Henley." And
that's so cute.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. So, and obviously Jonathan was our firstborn, but his name has meaning to us. It's like gift from God, Jonathan. And so that's why we named him Jonathan. And then, for Henley, we named her Henley because it's like full circle. And Grace I call her Gracie because she really is like my little saving grace. Like I felt so depressed for so long. And I think that I just felt empty until I just felt like I needed a baby inside me. I don't know if that happens, to everyone who goes through a loss, but that's how I felt. So when she came, I don't know. And then I just started calling her Gracie. We were going to name her Henley Lou after my mother-in-law, but then it just turned out to be Henley Grace.
That is such a sweet name.
Yeah, thank you.
She's also so cute. She's your mini me.
You think so?
I do.
I really want a mini me. Like,
I know. That's how I am.
But I feel like some people, everyone says she looks like her grandma, actually. And I'm like, okay.
Really?
She didn't push her out of her hoo-ha, so can you just redirect her to me?
Yeah, I know. She looks like me.
Yeah.
No, I think she looks so much like you.
I feel like your daughter, do you get a lot that she looks like your husband?
Now more I'm getting that she looks like me, but the very beginning, everybody was like, she looks just like Evan, and it like really hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I know. That's how it was for me too. Everyone said she looks just like Doug.
I'm like, that's rude. Can't you just like be like, oh, she looks like Evan, but like also she looks like you, like something.
She has like your hair.
Yeah, it's not anything. Give me something.
Yeah.
But now that she's growing up, I'm getting a lot more. I would say I'm getting 80% me, and then like the rest is Evan. And it used to be flip-flopped.
Yeah, honestly, same thing. But they say, Jade probably knows more about this because she's like the scientific guru. But they say that babies come out looking like the dad so that the dads can bond with them because the moms bond
we
in
talked
utero.
about that.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
That's so cool. Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
if
know.
that's true, that's like super nice. You're welcome, guys.
Yeah, exactly. We grow this thing in our body, and then we push it out of our most smallest intimate area,
and then we take care of it.
And then we wake up all night with it.
No shit. Yeah. I don't. And then the men just get to look at the baby and be like, "Oh, it looks like me. It's so cute."
Yeah, exactly. Then everybody says, "Oh, she's just like you." You're like, "What? What about me?"
So annoying. So annoying.
We talked to Brittany Aldean about that too. I don't know if you follow her.
Oh my God, I love her.
Yeah,
she looks like Carrie Underwood to me.
She does.
Yes, she's so pretty.
She's
Jade and I were
beautiful.
just talking about that the other day. I was texting her and I was like, I'm like, every Instagram story I'm watching her, I'm like, how is she so pretty and put together?
She's flawless.
Like, her makeup is like perfect every day. She looks like Carrie Underwood. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she's married Jason Aldean, so I mean,
Yeah,
that
she
in itself-
wins.
Yeah, she wins.
She wins.
Thumbs down, she wins. Yeah.
But her
And
baby,
she's so nice.
she's so nice. Her baby looks just like Jason, though. It's so funny.
Yeah. That's so sweet, though. I mean, it really is. That's when you just have to have another and hope that they look like you.
But, I mean, it is different in the fact that he's a boy and we all have girls.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
That's very true.
So,
Yeah, but her baby does not look anything like her. It just looks 100% like the daddy.
Yeah. She's starting to get Brittany's lip, or he's starting to get Brittany's lips, though, I feel like, or something. There's something that's like showing.
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
He does
Something
have some little puffy lips. That's so cute. He's a cute baby.
Yeah, he's really cute. He really
Pretty
is.
eyes.
Oh my God, that baby is like a Gerber baby.
Looks exactly like a Gerber baby.
Yeah, totally.
The FabFitFun Summer Box is here. It's a seasonal subscription box for women to discover new products for a well-lived life. The FabFitFun delivers a box full size of fashion, beauty, and home fitness products. It's delivered 4 times a year for just $49.99 a box.
My favorite thing about the FabFitFun box is there are no samples of anything. Everything is a full-size product. So you can try it, and if you love it, you get to use it for a long time. It's amazing.
It feels like Christmas 4 times a year. The summer box, I had to choose between the Sun Rose beach towel and the Yumi Kim makeup case because this box is customizable.
And there is like 5 different things you can customize this time.
One of my things that I got in the summer box that I love is the Foria Luna Fofo. It retails for $89. It is the hot new facial product. What you do is you just have an app, you use it, you scrub your face, and it tells you exactly what your individual skincare needs are. It's so awesome.
You get so much more in this box. Like, it's insane. This box is worth $320 this time. That's so crazy. And the box is only $49.99.
So if you guys want these products, you can sign up for FabFitFun today to get your summer box. The FabFitFun summer box is in limited supply, you guys, and these boxes always sell out. So use our code BABES to get $10 off your first box. Go to fabfitfun.com to sign up and start getting the box for a life well lived. Use promo code BABES to get $10 off your first box. That's over $200 for only $39.99. So go to fabfitfun.com and use our code BABES to get $10 off your first FabFitFun box. Okay, let's get back to it.
I was just going to jump into some more listener questions, but I think I sent this one to you earlier. So people are dying to know, like, what are your 3 baby must-haves? Like, it's so funny. This is a question we get a lot, but...
Okay, well, I think it's a good question because if you're not a mom and you're listening and you're like pregnant and you're going to be a mom, I wish that someone would have like told this to me. So I literally wrote a list because you texted me earlier. I don't know why I did the list, but I remember it anyways. Oh, here it is. Because I was like, I can't forget. And this is in order of importance for me.
Oh,
anyways.
wow.
You are organized.
No
Okay,
kidding.
So first things first for me, and not everybody like is a fan of the pacifier, but the pacifier.
The pacifier changes your life.
Like my nipples would be raw and like rubbed off if my kid could just have her way. So the pacifier for sure is number 1, but that's not for everybody. And you know, like obviously like if you plan on breastfeeding, then there's always like, they say, and I say they as in I'm not one of them, but like labor and delivery nurses and just like, you know, like nursing in general tells you to hold off with the pacifier if you're trying to nurse. And I'm going to say like, do you for anybody who's wondering, but I gave my daughter a pacifier in the hospital and she nurses just fine. So in case, because I feel like babies just need to suck and suck and suck and they will literally suck your nipples off if you let them. So pacifier is number 1. And then number 2, I feel like the swaddle or sleep sack. Do you guys use those?
Yes, the swaddle.
I mean,
Bella is obsessed with the swaddle.
The swaddle, especially the newborn stage, like they need to feel that like close feeling because they were squished inside you. And she just wouldn't sleep without it. Like they sleep and you feel like, I remember my in-laws were like, why is she always in that swaddle? Like she needs to move. I'm like, no, she's a newborn and that's how she sleeps. So like, I don't even care what you have to say. Like this is how she's sleeping. It's only relaxed. Like, and then like, I'm like terrified of SIDS and literally, one time I had my daughter, she was upstairs napping and I just put a loose blanket on her because she was in her crib. She was upstairs napping. And I was like, oh, I have her on the monitor. I'll make sure that she's fine. And literally, I'm not even kidding you. She kicked her blanket up over her face. And like, by the time I got up there, she was like stuck trying to, and so I wish I took it. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I will never, ever again have the loose blanket. Cause I was literally like, oh, it's no big deal. I'm here. I'm awake. I'm watching on the monitor. No joke. Like in that amount of time, that blanket was up on her face and she couldn't get herself like free from it. Scared the crap out of me. And ever since then, I'm like, oh no, like never having a loose blanket around my baby ever again. So anyway, so swaddle is like really big for me. And then I think a good baby monitor is number 3 because I can't like sleep without like knowing that I can hear her or something, she's now in her crib. So at first that was like a really hard transition. And I was like, oh my God, I need her next to me. But the monitor makes me feel like she's closer to me. So those are my favorite things.
Totally.
You can just stare at their sweet face sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. Then you have the reason why we put her in the crib was truthfully because like we can't be intimate like with her right there. Like I just can't. I think some people do, but I'm like, I can't do that. Like that's
I do.
You do? How on earth, Jade?
You'd wake her up. You'd wake her up.
Or like
she's awake. No, she's awake.
She'll see.
She's awake while you're being intimate.
Sometimes.
Like you'll have sex and she's awake.
Sometimes.
Oh my God! You literally mouth on the floor right now. I can't do it. I can't even get turned on. Like I'm like,
that's weird.
I'm not saying I enjoy it when it happens. I'm just saying sometimes I just help my husband out.
Wait, she's like, she's in the bed
dude,
while
just get it
all
over.
this is happening?
No, she's just in the room.
Carly is calling you out.
No,
I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm trying to mentally, but not mentally, but like,
No, it's like she's in her little play, like whatever,
playpen thingy.
She's in a playpen, and it's more just like, hey, let's just like bend me over the kitchen counter, and you can just get a quickie. That's what it's for.
Okay, well, my husband, first of all, he's never hearing this because he's never going to get that idea in his head.
Mine either.
Because I'm literally like, I remember when we were like in Dallas once, and it's like almost like when you're away from home, then you get like you want to like have a little fun. But obviously our daughter was with us, so I literally put the crib thing in the bathroom, closed the door so that she wasn't in the same room, so that we could just like enjoy ourselves for a hot minute, and then pull her right back out. She was sleeping, never knew. But I don't know. I think it's like my own personal history where I'm like, I have my own like issues with that personally. So like, that's probably my own thing.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. Like I just can't get turned on. Like I don't know. I guess it's my thing.
I think I'd be worried. I'd be like, what if something happens and then we're like too involved and then I wouldn't hear her do this or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I honestly just don't want her to see any, like I would never want her, like Doug, when Doug bathes her, he'll like bathe her with a bathing suit. Like I always bathe, like, I don't know if you guys do this, but like she gets her bath with me like all the time. Like I get in the tub with her every single time she gets a bath.
I think I'll do that when she's older.
It's so nice. It's so fun to bond. And then if you need it, I guess you don't have to worry about nursing, but like if they're hungry, they can just nurse them there. It's like, it's just super easy. But, like Doug now will do the same thing, but he'll put his swimming trunks on, and I don't know. I like that. I don't want her to ever like see her dad, if you know what I mean.
But I mean, it's not like she's like watching.
yeah, of course not. Yeah,
but I mean, we're trying for a second, so that's sometimes it's just like Tanner's like, well, we just need to try today, and I'm like, okay, fine, like we'll just do it right here. It's fine, and it just happens.
So another thing that like our listeners want to know about you is just that you wear so many hats. You're a mom, a wife, a nurse, a host. Like, how do you balance all of these things?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I don't even know. And like we filmed this show Married at First Sight, Jamie and Doug +1. Literally, I had never like right after she came out of me, like we filmed our whole delivery. Plus then we filmed, which first of all, I have to give credit to our production company because they are so good with us. And we've always had the same exact production company since the beginning. So they're like family now. You guys know how it is. Like when your producers are like, they just become like friends and family. So we're so fortunate for that. Because we'll have like, they're just really patient. Like when, like in the beginning, when she's a newborn, I mean, you just can't really do anything other than take care of your kid. And I never had a babysitter or a nanny or any help whatsoever. And and I never wanted to. I wanted to be quote unquote hands-on mom. And the biggest thing now is to find like the best, like really like I've like went crazy interviewing people. I did background checks, and I have like literally when I interviewed her, I was like, I need someone to clone me. Like I need someone to help me in every category in life. So I need someone to help me with house cleaning. I need someone to help me with my baby. I need someone to help me with like work. And so now I have like a personal assistant, which sounds so crazy because I'm not that kind of girl, but like I would die without her. She is the best thing that's ever happened to me because she helps me, you know, with everything. Like we are starting to film Married at First Sight Unfiltered in a couple weeks. And so she's going to help me like gear up for that. Like, I mean, I don't know what I would do without her really. So
Yeah,
I think that for anyone who, I don't know, I was always opposed to having, I was like a nanny. I come from, honestly, I like lived in a trailer park growing up. My mom had 5 kids and I was like, she made it work. We're all alive and well. Like I don't need a nanny. I don't need, you know, maybe a babysitter for a date night or something. But, you know, I'm now taking this like for my own self. Like there should be no stigma if you have help helping you with your baby, because it really does take a village to raise a child. And
it does.
So yeah, so that's really it though. Like I feel like my husband's awesome. Like he helps a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. He wants a huge pat in the back when he does, but he does help a lot. So that's really, and my in-laws are amazing. Like right now my daughter's with them. She's with them Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays so I can get work done. And I would never get anything done if I didn't have them. So I think that's the biggest thing is literally, and you know, like to have help and to know, like to like be really forward with all my jobs. I'm like, yeah, I'm a mom. So I bring my daughter to LA when we shoot Unfiltered, and I'll be like, oh, I gotta go, you know, I'm going to have a break to like either pump or nurse my baby.
Right.
And they're awesome. They like, you know, I'm really careful to not be too needy. Like I try really hard not to be like diva-ish because I'm a mom now and like, you know, I have to do this and that. I'm just like, I don't ask for the time or the, you know, the like leeway unless I genuinely need it. So then they know that. And then I'm able to kind of, you know, I'll be like, listen, I can just tell I need to take a little break, and they'll be like, okay, 15 minutes. And yeah, we get it done.
You do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is there anything that's next for you? Like people listening, like where can they find out more about you or see you next?
Yeah. Well, okay. So we're starting to film Married at First Sight Unfiltered soon. So that the new season of Married at First Sight, totally plugging the show. I'm not even on it, but comes out in July. So then Unfiltered will be on alongside with that, which is really fun. And I'm also writing a new book right now. It's so hard. I thought I was going to have like all this time. Like, did you guys ever feel like this? Like you're like, oh, when I have the baby, I literally was like, while she's napping, I'm going to write. And like, no,
that was a joke. Yeah.
Such a joke. You get nothing done.
Yeah.
My house is like constantly a disaster. That's a basket of laundry right back there in the corner.
I feel you.
Sat there for 3 days. But yeah, so I'm finally just started. I just realized truly about the help. Like I was really like so adamant about being 24/7 hands-on. My daughter's always with me. And I realized that that's like not healthy for me or for us anyways. It's not healthy for me or for her. Like, and I love that she gets to spend time with my in-laws. So having the help has been like amazing. And so now I really thought that I was going to write this book while my daughter I really thought I was going to do this, you know, while she was napping. But now that I have help, I'm starting to write this book. And it's really, I wrote a book already, you know, just kind of about, like being a really bad wife, really. So if you want to feel like a good wife, go ahead and read my book. I like literally first time I ever saw my husband's penis, I was like, oh, I thought it would be bigger. Like,
oh my God.
Like, I'm not even kidding you. And how my husband loves me, I have no idea. Like I was so insecure and like, honestly, I like wanted to tone down. I was like, shoot, like this was like on our honeymoon. So I was like, crap, I don't want him to think that we're going there. So I was like trying to tone down. I mean, like, I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway.
Radical truth.
Yeah, right. And by the way, I love my husband's penis. Just for the record.
It's doing good work.
It's serving its purpose just fine. But anyway, so this second book, I really want to like I'm going to pull, like, I haven't read those blogs from when I was blogging about Jonathan, but I really, really want to be able to be very honest and open about kind of how we handled loss and going on to have a rainbow baby. And so it'll be about pregnancy. And yeah, that's really what's going on in our world.
That's so cool.
Where can
I'm excited to read it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, we'll see.
Everyone listening, I guess if they want to find out more about you, where can they find you?
Well, I'm on Instagram. I mean, and I have a website. So I think I'm most interactive on Instagram because I love Instagram. Like I love Instagram. So it's Jamie and Otis is my handle on Instagram. And I tweet live. Otherwise I'm not so much on Twitter unless like there's a good show on that I want to tweet live. And yeah, JamieOtis.com is my site.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing so much with us today.
Oh my gosh, it's been so fun to have like girl talk.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. And seriously, Carly and Jade, you guys are like such amazing moms and you look amazing. I don't even know how you do it, but good for you guys. You've been everywhere. And it was so nice to meet you.
Yeah, Liz. You too, Jamie. Thank you so much for coming on.
And thank you guys so much. See you guys later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
That was so fun having her on.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
awesome.
I love her.
Yeah.
She's so awesome. She's so relatable.
Yeah. What I love about her, like, even her talking about her husband's penis, you know, she's, like I said, like, radical truth. Like, she will just, like, lay it out like it is.
Yeah, she does.
But that's why people love her, for sure.
Y'all, this woodpecker right now, though. Can you hear that?
Yes.
It's so bad. This is like a giant dinosaur-sized woodpecker right now.
Thank you to our listeners for being so loyal.
I know.
Thank you. Sorry.
And thank you so much, babes, for listening to this week's episode. You can head over to our Facebook group, Babes and Babies, where we will continue our conversation.
Yes, don't forget to subscribe to our Babes and Babies podcast and tune in next week, you guys. We have some exciting guests.
And remember, you're doing great. You are enough. And if you feel like you're going crazy, you're probably doing it right. So we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.